We are live. Happy Catterday. It's Saturday. Happy Catterday, everyone. How's it going? Hi, I'm Kim Wilpon, if we have not yet met, and this is Kim Wilpon Crafts. Wow, these buns are just like not behaving today. Hi. Hi. So on today's little vlog knitting update, it's just that we're going to be talking about current knitting projects and yarn, just like my absolute favorite things in the whole universe. Why is this saying like no? Is this picking up my... I hope we're picking up my laugh. Did I unplug something? Sound issues. So anyway, we should just like dive on into what I'm currently working on. So no, save that for last. It's the most finished. Maybe we should go by like least finished to most finished. Okay. So I have talked about this project before, but I did not start it. Like I bought the yarn. I did it's part of an earlier knitting episode. A knit-isode. I cracked myself up. This is the Larrys Pullover. So it does not look like anything more than a cowl currently. That's because this neck is like all ribs. It's 8 inches of ribbing, which it's still beautiful. I mean, that yarn is like, it's just delicious. It's so soft. So this is the Larrys Pullover, and this is by Julie Desbois, and this is in the I Knit Paris book, and the yarn is a sport weight yarn. It is Ulysses. This is all in French, you guys, so I'm just going to do this so you can see it. Even the description is in French. So I found this pattern at Rhinebeck, I think 2018, ? And I saw the book there, and I saw the writers of the book were there, and they had the Larrys out like as a sample project, and I tried it on, and I was absolutely in love with it. It fit perfectly. And I asked what size this was, and they were like, it's the size that we used in the book. So I was like, great. So if I get the book, then I could just knit that size, which was perfect. And hopefully it'll still fit because, like 2020 was like really interesting. But I think it's going to be great. So we're currently, let's get our handy dandy measuring tape. And see where we're at, and then I cannot wait to finish this because it's really just beautiful. And I'll show you the whole pattern in just a second, but I want to know where I'm at, because sometimes I'll just knit this while I'm watching TV and then I don't know where I am. Okay, we're at 6.5 inches, so we have another 1.5 inches to go, which is fine. But let me show you the whole pattern, and then we can move on to the next. So this is a great photo of what it looks like. Take that in. Take it all in. Okay. So that's project 1. So I'll also say this. I don't like to have more than 3 projects going at once. I feel like it tends to get cluttered. And yeah, do I have some like UFOs, unfinished objects? 100%. Like 100%. And they are not here. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, because it's not in my notes for today, but I got a gift. I don't know, where should I put? I'm holding it in my hand right now, from my mother. And I don't know if she bought it or someone else bought this for her. but it's called the Big Sully. And essentially it holds your yarn very much like my Yarnettes. Sorry, I didn't mean to bang the mic there. Very much like the Yarnettes. But like the Big Sully is like two of these combined with their magical powers. So this is exciting. Okay. I'm still not sure what everything is, and I have not really explored it. Okay. So this top, it looks like this is a docking spot for needles. For needles and crochet hooks. For needles. That's a new word, Kim. Or is that just explaining what this is? I'm confused. But then also this is for sizing your needles and crochet hooks. I like that this comes out because like I have things like this yarn baby, which is gonna be the start of my next project. And once it's wound, it should fit in here. So I'm excited to have something I can use for this, because usually if I have like a large skein, it will not fit into these little babies. Those little babies. So, okay. And then this is great because if you have two skeins, if you're doing some color work, it's a perfect situation. And they're not like crossing each other. I have another one. I have another like big one that's intended for color work, but there's nothing to split or divide. So then the colors just end up getting tangled together. It doesn't seem practical. So I'm excited to like play more with this and figure out everything else. This is a ruler. So this strap is also a ruler. Also, I'll say this, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I am just showing you things that I've either been gifted or I've purchased myself. Showing it with love and care. All right. Next project. So this is the Woolen Honey by Andrea Mowry, if I can get it out. I haven't played with this. There was an incident. My beloved Dolan broke the knitting needles on my two Larrys last weekend while he was putting his guitar away on our bed. Long story short was that he just like tripped and like smashed down on my needles to save the guitar, which was smart. But all my knitting projects were on our bed. We were having like a day where I was just like sitting and watching movies in bed, and he was playing video games, just chilling out. And I was making dinner, and he came in and he was like, I did something bad. Anyway, so there was, yes, those knitting needles had a casualty, but I did get, they're interchangeables, and I got new ones. So those knitting needles on the two Larrys are fresh needles, and the project's fine. Nothing was, hurt. Stitches were dropped, of course, because they were on needles that were shattered because they're bamboo. Anyway, he then went to go pick this project up to see if it was okay, with knowing nothing about knitting. And then we did have some drop stitches on this one. So I haven't. Oh, it looks fine to me. It looks absolutely fine. Okay. We look fine now. Okay. Here we are. Let me get a close-up. I'm trying to get a close-up of this pattern because it's really beautiful. There's so much on here on these stitches right now. Let me see if I can get some little like stoppies on it so I can stretch and pull and do all the fun things. I have so many. We got so many doodads. Oh. They're here. I see them. I see them. Okay, I see one. Oh. Drop. Okay. There's the other. Cool. We found what we were looking for. I finally found what I was looking for. Okay. Now we can pull this a little bit more. Let's pull you here. And then we could do this. Oh. Can you see, are you seeing this? Am I getting it? There we go. He's like honeycomb stitches in this beautiful color. What's the color on this? The color is called Onesie. So this is the Woolen Honey by Andrea Mowry. And the yarn is Ellen's Half Pint Farm. I also got this yarn the first year I went to Rhinebeck. So that was a while ago. And I've just been waiting to do a project with it. I just love the color. I love how like fall-y it is. If we're getting are we getting good lighting? Yeah, we're getting pretty nice lighting in here. And it's 50% merino, 50% tencel. It was like 1,400 yards in the one skein. It's a big skein. It's fingering weight. I am knitting this in the extra small. I don't know if it'll fit when it's done. We could block the poop out of it. And in hopes that it fits. Or else this can be a nice gift for someone smaller than me. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting this done because I've just been wanting to use this yarn for the longest time, and I really do love this pattern. It's really easy, really beautiful. Ugh. I wonder why they called this color onesie, though. Like, I've never seen a onesie in this color. I don't know. I'm not going to think too hard about that. Okay. I do love that. And I also, love that I write little notes. All, random notes for different things. Okay. Oh, I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. Okay. I hope everyone's having a good week. I know it's very hard these days, but I'm rooting for everyone. I'm rooting for everyone out there. Where are you? Hello? Is anyone alive out there? There's Scott. I'm looking at it upside down as if that's going to be more helpful to me. That's a small picture. I was hoping for a big picture. Big picture, right? Picture it now. Sicily. Oh, there. Well, yeah. I think this is a better photo of what it's supposed to look like. At least if I can get it nice and close up. I just think it's so beautiful. You can all let me know in the comments what you're working on, how that's going for you, why you chose the projects you chose. I feel like I should do it a YouTube video on how I pick my patterns. Thank you. I'm rooting for you. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. So this is the last. This is the last one. And then we could talk about what I'm planning on doing in the nearish future. Because like I said, I don't like to have too many things going on at once. So this is a project I've been working on what feels like forever, and I've been wanting to do this project for what feels like forever. So I was waiting for the yarn, and then I was, didn't have the time, and then it wasn't the right season, and now here we are, and there's never, I don't know. Is there ever a good time? I don't know. So, and yes, I still drink iced coffee when it's cold outside. So this is my Lobelia. Hold on. Sorry. It's lace weight and the yarn gets very easily tangled. And I'm on the sleeves right now. So, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So here we are. Ah! I don't even know if I'm showing it. It's not blocked, but this is, if you can kind of see the lace detail. I am absolutely obsessed with it. And then these, so the ribs on the bottom are these like knit through the back loop ribs with a cable. This whole thing is just like delicate and beautiful. So I saw this pattern on Ravelry, and then I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I'll show you. This was the cover of the Pom Pom magazine with the Lobelia on it. And I just was in love. I love that it was like, styled with like a vintage inspired skirt. We all know, like, I'm wearing a little vintagey inspired number today. Woo, woo. And I just thought, like, this is like, that's like the kind of energy and like style like I love. And a lot of sweaters I was seeing at that point in time, because I think this pattern came out in 2017 or 2016. I don't know what is time anymore. I wasn't seeing a lot of cropped tops. This is right before like Caitlin Hunter's like Tenya came out, and I believe, I could be really wrong about that, so I'm sorry if I'm giving inaccurate information. But I just fell in love with this, but the stitches were really complicated for me at the time. Like, I was knitting like basic sweaters, like stockinette sweaters, maybe some pearls, like a knit through the back loop, like not real cables, like mock cables. And this one has some stitches in there. Like, I don't think that this is an easy pattern. These like lace details, these floral, if I hold it like this, you might be able to see it better. Can you see it better? Am I showing it accurately? I don't know. But they're like individual flowers that go from like top in your seams here, front and back. And it's like knit 12. What is the stitch? 3 into 9. You knit 3 together, and then without dropping the stitches from the left needle, you yarn over, repeat that 4 times. So you like knit and yarn over, and then knit and yarn over the 3 stitches again, knit and yarn. So essentially you're making this like flower. But when I first found this pattern, it didn't make sense to me. And then I was like, I guess, I'll figure it out when I get there. But I said I really wanted, this was when I was knitting everything I was knitting in like the early years of my knit story, was like, I was choosing a lot of like blues and greens. I choose a lot of greens typically. And I had no pinks whatsoever. And now I have like, like the 2 blue sweaters or 1 blue sweater. I'm trying to diversify my knitting projects now, but I was obsessed that this sweater had to be like ballet pink. It had to be this like soft ballet pink moment. And I would go into like Nitty City and Downtown Yarns, and I would look online, and I wouldn't buy anything online because I was like, I don't know if that's what I want in real life, and how will I know without touching it? And now, we're buying everything online these days. I was looking at Rhinebeck, 1 year I couldn't find anything. Eventually, in 2018, I think is when I bought the yarn. I was at Rhinebeck, and it was the last day we were there, and I saw this like in the back of a barn, one of the like barns. It's so Lobelia is from Pom Pom magazine, but the designer is Megan Fernandez, and the yarn is Artisan Yarns. It's 50% alpaca and 50% silk. And all I needed was one skein of it. It's 875 yards for my size. What size am I making this in? I don't even remember anymore. But it feels like I've been knitting this forever. Oh, I think I'm knitting this in the medium. That makes sense. That for sure will fit me. And the colorway is called Lobster Bisque. But I found that, which is kind of perfect because it's such like it's lace. So it's going to be great for those like summer nights at the beach. This is me just fantasizing about going back to the beach and taking like evening strolls along the boardwalk. Oh, and that can be a thing again. But I really love this. The cable on the bottom, I don't know if it's as successful as the sleeves. I think it still looks good. It just doesn't look as good. And whether or not that's just because I've learned. I mean, it's probably because I've learned. And also, like, I made a mistake because in this sweater, in this cardigan, the purl side is the correct side. And I had been so in my head thinking that the knitted side was the right side that I started doing the cable on the wrong side. So I'm sure there's some like numbers that might be off on the bottom. But honestly, it's fine with me. I am going to love this so much. So that's it for what I'm working on right now. And I'll say this. I will show you the next project that's kind of like, it's probably the second project in my next lineup. But over Rhinebeck, I decided to get a mystery box from Neighborhood Fiber Company because they were on sale, and I always love a surprise. Like, I love opening boxes. Like, I definitely used to do the Knit Crate boxes, and I loved being surprised by what was in my box. But it just was never enough yarn for me, so I let that go for now. Anyway, so I decided to do this for Rhinebeck, and my mom did one too. And she gave me hers because she was like, I don't like love these colors. And I was like, you're crazy. Her colors were beautiful. They're like they were a fade. Like, she got a little fade kit. Like, ridiculous. But this was my kit. And I was like, what do I do with this? What do I do with these colors? And I was thinking back to this last year. And I was thinking about one of my favorite projects that I knitted this last year was the Mellow Kitty by Casapinka. And I thought I could do another one, but even more cropped like this sweater, just like a nice short one, like right above right above the waist. So I can wear with a high-waisted skirt. It'll be nice for like spring, summer. I can wear with other dresses. Because the Mellow Kitty that I knitted goes like right above my hip. I'm short in the torso. So like everything is basically cropped on me. Like it's my body. It is what it is. So these will be the colors that I use for my next Mellow Kitty. This blue will be like the base color. This will be the kitty. And these will be the accents. This will go behind the kitty though. This will be the color panel behind the cat. So I thought the seafoam green would be pretty for the eyes. So yeah. Let me put that down so it's not like ruffling. All right, so that is it for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this live episode. If you liked it today, give it a thumbs up. Share with your friends. I love building this community, and I love having you all here with me. So with that, I will see you all next week. Bye!